Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chapmanville Middle School here this evening as we are getting set for a clash between the Ripley Vikings and the Chapmanville Tigers. Chris Kidd, J.J. Pruitt, Coach David Jones here with us this evening. So we are coming to you live on YouTube here tonight for this JV and varsity game as we're getting set for our first of two clashes here tonight as Ripley will control the tip. They'll be moving left to right across your screen, Chapmanville right to left as pass will creep out into the corner. Able to find Pika, he'll get it into the corner. As Ripley tries to bring it back out now as Shockey gives it to the top of the key. Tough drive here, cut off as they'll give it back out front to Casto. Good ball movement here for Ripley, just not finding anything against this zone early on. It's tough drive on the right side, good take by Smith but couldn't finish as Chapmanville comes away with the board. As in the back court, Stapleton get it into the corner. Nice head fake by Conley. He'll give it back out and they'll reset at the top of the key with Chase Blankenship. Here's a tough drive into the corner. Conley now unleash a three. That one over top of everything. Carter able to grab the rebound on the backside. Drives in hard. Goes up with one hand. Won't get it to fall. Rebounded by Ripley and now we get a whistle and a foul underneath. We appreciate everyone being out there with us here this evening. As we said, these are back-to-back tough games for Chapmanville Middle School here on Saturday as they had that tough loss to Madison Middle School, 46-41. Now trying to redeem that here this evening as Harrison able to get by over into the corner. Long jumper going to be too far for Shockey. As the Vikings get the rebound back in the left corner, three up. That one will roll off for Pigga. Now back inside, good look. This time unable to finish though is Smith as Conley grabs the rebound. Chapmanville brings it up. Both sides still looking for the first points of this game. Carter will get it over left side, three on the way. This one off the back of the iron for Stapleton as Chapmanville grab the rebound. Deskins will charge in on the right side, kicks it back out. 4:22 to go here in the first quarter as Blankenship slams on the brakes, pull-up jumper won't fall. Rebound tipped around and taken up by Ripley as Pika grabs it. Now Pika will bring it into the front court after pressure from Chapmanville on the back, and now we get a whistle. The foul on Stapleton. I like the way he described that. He smacked at him. Like the NFL referee's giving him the business down there. And I wish we had more people like that. Just smack the snot out of him. Back over right side. Now they skip across court. Shockey trying to penetrate inside. Looked like he got tripped up that time, and they'll call that foul on J.C. Conley, who just checked into the contest. It's only 9 dressed for Chapmanville in the JV contest, 11 dressed for Ripley. So we'll see if foul trouble becomes an issue on either side in this game as they get it down to the left block. Trying to fight his way out of trouble is Casto, and we get a jump ball. So that'll give it over to Chapmanville. And that's the danger of forcing those passes inside like that. You see the big men get tied up in a hurry, but now an errant pass thrown away as Ripley comes up with it. Pika can't hit, taken away by Conley. So both sides struggling to find anything going on the offensive side early on until now as Stapleton gets free on the left side and he'll drive in and lay it home. First 2 points of the game come about 2.5 minutes into this first quarter. As Harrison charges inside, goes up and under, can't hit. Rebounded by Casto, shovels it over left side and put up and in by Smith. So now maybe the dam is broken a little bit here. As we get a whistle as Deskins is crossing mid-court and going to get a reach-in foul. Stapleton will bring it across the timeline. Chapmanville looking to reclaim the lead on this trip. Deskins gets the corner pull-up shot, and he'll be hacked on the elbow. So that'll send Cole Deskins to the free throw line here with 3:04 left in the opening quarter. And like we we said if you're not as familiar with middle school basketball as you are high school, it is only 6-minute quarters in middle school basketball compared to the 8 in high school, as Deskins able to hit on the first. And again, we've got the Logan Lady Wildcats and the Chapmanville Lady Tigers set to do battle tonight here on D&D Sports Network over at Chapmanville High School, just right down the street from us, because James Barker, Christina Gore and company, they'll be on the air at 6 o'clock with that contest. You want to split screen us and try and watch both here this evening? Glad to bring you all the coverage here from Chapmanville tonight on the D&D Sports Network. There's a whistle and a foul in the backcourt going to go against Deskins as he reached in. So apparently that was a big old smack this time. So they aren't keeping the team fouls on the scoreboard. I believe that's the third one committed by Chapmanville here this quarter. Bringing it back out, Harrison being harassed, looking for some help, throws it away, and that'll get into the Chapmanville bench for a turnover. And both defenses have been harassing on both sides here in the early going. Really stymieing both offenses, trying to find something. And now moving screen going to be called on Conley. There's another turnover on Chapmanville. They had their issues with that against Madison the other night, especially in the varsity contest, as Madison really upped the tempo of that game in the second half. Were able to come back and steal that game away from the Tigers. So they'll get Harrison with a foul in the backcourt. Chapmanville will get it back as Carter Browning will check back into the contest for the Tigers. It'll be CJ Conley checking out. See Conley in trouble in the backcourt, has it taken away as ripping it out was Smith. The Vikings get it. Smith are the only two so far this quarter for the Vikings. I don't know if that was a shot or a pass, but either way, ends up Aaron as Chapmanville takes it away. Blankenship drives inside, little pull-up jumper, and he'll bank it home. Blankenship extends the Chapmanville lead now to 6-2 here with under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Harrison drives in, lost control of it, and now picked up by Conley underneath. Blankenship will bring it back the other way. Cuts to the middle, but can't find an opening. He'll step back for a three instead. That one online, but too strong as Smith grabs the board. Now up ahead to Harrison and a foot race here with Stapleton, and he'll be hacked at the rim by Stapleton. That's going to be the second foul on Stapleton. This will be the first trip to the line tonight for the Vikings. As Harrison able to sink the first free throw. I'll bring a couple of subs into the game for Chapmanville as Nate McNeely and Owen Simpkins check in. Second free throw rolls up. Good box out by Blankenship. It's a 6-3 lead for Chapmanville. Deskins into the middle, swings it over far side for Simpkins, has his pocket picked, but able to get it back. Now looking for some help. Tries to throw it to Blankenship, a good defense by Harrison, and now going to get a reach-in foul on Simpkins. So that is a 15 foul now against Chapmanville, so Ripley will be shooting free throws the rest of this quarter. Going to the line here will be Lane, who just checked into the game for Ripley. Lane too strong on the first attempt. Going to bring another sub in here for Ripley as Isner. See his first action of the evening as Pika will check out. Second free throw up and good for Lane, so he splits the free throws. Lead down to 2 now for Chapmanville. There's a lot of pressure in the backcourt. Simpkins trying to find some help, able to find Browning. Good catch by him, get it across mid-court line. Back out to Deskins as we approach 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. Deskins gets to the free throw line, pull-up jumper, and Cole Deskins able to knock it down. He's got 4 points to lead the way here in the opening quarter. Back to a 4-point lead as Harrison bounce pass intercepted. Blankenship with a great recovery, but then Harrison able to pick his pocket from behind. Gets it back out. Isner drives baseline, dumps it off underneath. Unable to finish on the layup though is Lane, and we get a whistle and a tie-up. And that'll keep it here with Ripley with 37 seconds to go. Ripley coaching staff just putting their hands on their head after that as they know they had a missed opportunity right there to get an easy 2 points. Inbound into the corner. Good look for a three on the way and knocked down by Lane. So turns out it was better to have missed than to have not on that trip as they get an extra point out of it. And the lead now down to 1 for Chapmanville. With 23 seconds and counting here in the first. Blankenship, deep step back two, and he'll knock it down. And Isaiah Smith, I don't think that's the shot he wanted for Chapmanville, but it went down anyway as he just kind of threw his arm up after that and said, okay, I guess so. He's in the corner, a lot of trouble now for Pico. Check back in, tried to get rid of it, and able to throw it off of a Tiger with 4.4 seconds to go. Ripley going to try and get the final shot of the quarter here. Inbound it to Lane. He'll get it back to Pico with 2, with 1, gets rid of it. Pass gets away, and that'll do it for the opening 6 minutes as Chapmanville leads Ripley 10-7. We'll be back after this as you're watching middle school basketball action right here on the D&D Sports Network.
Here at Logan Bank and Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the Southern Coalfields.
For any of your financial needs, we encourage you to stop by one of our 5 convenient locations or apply online today at lbnt.com.
Whether you choose to stop by or visit us online, our team is here to help you every step of the way.
Buying a new home, expanding your business? Choose Logan Bank and Trust. Let's bank together.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Logan Regional Medical Center, our comprehensive inpatient rehabilitation program helps get you back to living life. With an 8-bed unit for patients 18 and over, our caring team of doctors, nurses, and rehabilitation specialists work with you, providing a full line of services to help you restore your capabilities and get you back home and back to living. Logan Regional Medical Center, providing inpatient rehabilitation close to home.
Start of quarter number 2 here from Chapmanville Middle School. Chris Kidd, David Jones, J.J. Pruitt here with you for tonight's action. The shot off the mark. Conley able to grab the board, throws it though, goes into the backcourt, and good job by Browning going back and touching it up just to make sure that the over and back violation was called and Ripley didn't get a run out for a layup there. Ripley gets it after the turnover, trailing by 3 as they'll work it out front. Lane looking around, gives it back near side as Clendenin into the game, has it knocked away from him, and now here comes Stapleton up against Isner, goes up, tough angle on that layup attempt, won't fall, and Isner grabs the rebound. Now Isner will bring it up here into the corner. They'll work it back out front. Run off inside on a nice go by Lane, and he'll be fouled on the way to the basket. They get Browning on the hack that time. Chapmanville having their difficulty with fouls here early on in this game. That free throw will roll off for Lane. Ripley 2 of 5 from the line here in the first half. That one Off the mark, too, as Browning goes chasing it down in the corner for Chapmanville. Up ahead, Conley gets behind everyone for the time being, drives in left side, and layup will fall for C.J. Conley. He gets his first bucket of the game, is now charging back the other way as Lane can't finish inside as Isner had the rebound, but now he's going to get tied up by a couple of Tigers, and it'll stay here with Ripley. Inbound underneath, throws it out front, gets away, and now Simpkins with a wide open lane all the way to the basket, and he'll take it in and lay it in. And Ripley has seen enough here. They want to call for time with 4:43 remaining here in the first half. They trail it 14-7. That'll be a 30-second timeout here for the Vikings. They trail it by a touchdown here, and touchdown fitting considering we're NFL playoffs, college football final tonight against Miami and Indiana. Like we said, we've got great basketball action for you all evening long. Just a great smorgasbord of sports coming your way this evening on the D&D Sports Network and all around the country. Like we said, 6 o'clock coming up soon. It'll be the Logan Lady Wildcats and Chapmanville Lady Tigers taking each other on over at Danny Gobby Gymnasium. Again, James Barker, Christina Gore and company going to be giving you all the action from over there. So like I said, tune in with them, tune in with us here this evening on the D&D Sports Network. It's out of the timeout. Ripley trying to stymie this Chapmanville momentum right now as they get it out front. Swings it over for Lane. Lane will give it off to Isner in the corner. Tried to split a couple defenders, had it knocked loose. Lane picked it up, but the outlet pass gets away, and that'll give it back over to Chapmanville. I apologize if voice cracks or anything else throughout the evening. I'm like a lot of us out there right now, just battling through colds and sicknesses, but you know, we're all playing hurt, so that's the key thing. It's a nice drive inside of C.J. Conley, able to get position, and now it's the largest lead of the game for the Chapmanville Tigers at 16-7. Conley with 4 points this quarter, and now a double dribble going to be called on Clendenin. Out front, we'll give it back over to the Tigers. It's really the first chance this evening we've seen for either side to really extend their lead, and Chapmanville scored the first 6 points of this second quarter. This Clendenin will check out, with Parsons checking into the game for the Vikings. Browning caught near midcourt, able to give it off to Deskins. Deskins will penetrate to the far side, gives it off Simpkins, now top of the key, Stapleton. He'll drive to the right elbow, pull-up jumper, and that one smoothly through for Kane Stapleton. He's got 4 points, and now it's a double-digit lead for the Tigers. Ripley still looking for their first points of this second quarter. It took them over 2.5 minutes in the first quarter to score. Is that 3 short from Lane? Going to get a scrum underneath and a tie-up. That'll give it over to Chapmanville. Now Browning will go underneath to throw it in. That's Ripley. Apply full court pressure. Simpkins. Backcourt gives it off. Browning up ahead. Now they've got a chance to break this, and Stapleton, I think, saw it and got a little bit ahead of himself that time as he ends up traveling with it once he saw the little advantage Chapmanville had in the front court. Now Ripley with the ball, again, still trying to find their first points of this second quarter. It's Lane, pass out front. Isn't able to keep it away from Stapleton. Now looking for some help as he'll get it back out to Lane. Browning cutting off. Lane on the baseline, drives inside. That one off the mark. Rebound tipped loose. And we're going to get a whistle and a hold here with 2:58 left in the quarter. Looks like they're going to get a hold on Simpkins. That'll be the second foul on him. Trying to find someone, gets it into Isner. Isner tosses it back out front. Get it back on the left wing. Now drives over to the left wing, and his pull-up jumper will fall. And there's the first points of the second quarter for the Vikings, a little over halfway through this second period. Stapleton trapped on the far side. Dangerous pass up ahead and almost stolen away by Lane as he went diving out of bounds with it. That'll bring the sub in. Casto will check back in, and now Coach Isaiah Smith wants a full timeout with 2:37 to go here in the first half. We'll be back after this as you're watching middle school basketball action on the D&D Sports Network.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child, walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 or reach us Monday through Friday.
.237 left here in the first half. 18-9, Chapmanville leads Ripley in this JV contest. Chris Kidd here with you. JJ Pruitt, our cameraman. David Jones, our engineer, here this evening. Throw into the backcourt. Dangerous as Lane comes up with a steal, shovels it off underneath, but great job by Stapleton getting back in time and deflecting that ball away. And now the officials discussing did that ball ricochet off of Smith's hands. Stapleton making the case that it was. It'll stay Vikings ball, as it was tough for the official to maybe see that from where they were positioned at. Everything happened so fast. Throw it out front, gets away from Isner momentarily. Deskins goes diving for it. Now he gets back into the play. Lane goes inside, and he'll be hacked. And that's going to be on Simpkins, and that's going to be his third now. This Chapmanville Middle Club, they play really aggressive defense. And so foul trouble creeps up on them in nearly every game. As Lane gets the first one to roll home, but like we said, with as deep a bench as Chapmanville has in both JV and varsity, they can afford to play that type of aggressive style. Lane's second free throw, touches about every part of the rim and finally falls through. So after missing his first two, he gets his next two. 2 for 4 from the line now. Ripley has whittled this lead back down to 7 after trailing it by 11 just moments ago, as Deskins hits from about the same spot he did back in the first quarter. A little free throw line jumper extends the lead back up to 9 now. Lane lost it, but may have gotten some help in losing it, as Deskins might have got a hold of his foot. Everyone calling for a block, so that's going to be number 2 on Deskins. So you got 2 on Deskins, 2 on Stapleton, 3 on Simpkins so far here in the first half for Chapmanville. Nobody in foul trouble on Ripley's side as of yet. Drift over to his right, picks up his dribble, goes over to Pika. Now Chapmanville going to a little bit of a zone here, and they come out of it with a steal as Conley brings it up, swings it over for Browning. Now back out to Stapleton, over to the wing. 3 on the way for Deskins, and he'll knock it down. Deskins had the hot hand here. He's got 9 points in the first half. On the left side, they swing it over for Pika, back to Lane, gets inside the free throw line. Little runner won't fall. It's rebound taken away by Smith on the left block. He'll kick it over in the corner, and that shot rejected by Stapleton. Good hands by him. As Browning now looking for some help, able to swing it over. Stapleton made himself available. Tough pass up ahead to Browning, able to make it. Chapmanville up against the 10-second count here and got bailed out as Lane came up to try and make the steal, but instead called for the foul. That'll bring Cooper Dotson in for Chapmanville. Isner as well for Ripley. All 9 Tigers have been into the game here in the first half. As that one taken away as here comes Isner. Stapleton giving chase. He won't get there in time, but did enough to cause Isner to miss the shot as Pika gets the rebound. And now Stapleton will pick up the foul. And if you're Chapmanville, you'd probably rather them just had the bucket now because that's going to be 3 on Stapleton. We've got 2 Tigers now with 3 fouls in the first half. Pika hits on the first. This will be the 10th free throw of the half for Ripley, only 2 for Chapmanville thus far. Pika able to hit on both attempts. So free throw shooting starting to level up here for Ripley after a tough start. This pass up ahead from Browning gets over the head of McNeely, and now another opportunity here for Ripley with 34 seconds left in the half as Lane drives, kicks it cross court, pass too tall for Casto, but he's able to chase it down. Over to Isner for a 3. This one too strong. Rebound loose underneath, picked up, put back up by Parsons, but won't fall. Another opportunity for the Vikings. They go inside to Casto, and he'll draw a whistle with 17.2 seconds to go in the half. They're going to get that on J.C. Conley. So J.C. Conley welcome to foul trouble as that's going to be his second. Isaiah Smith, coach for Chapmanville Middle, comes over to check their laundry list of fouls against his club here in the first half as first free throw by Casto up and good. And Ripley's only made 1 field goal here in the second quarter. But their other 5 points have come at the free throw line as that second one off the mark. Rebound fought for, now a big collision over along the far side between Lane and Deskins. Looks like Lane took the worst of it. He's able to get to his feet here. And just to literally add insult to injury, Lane picks up the foul, so that'll be number 2 on him. Chapmanville with 12.6 seconds to go in the half. Let's see if they can get the final look here as Browning trying to find someone, eventually gets it to Conley. Conley almost having it ripped from behind, and he's going to be called for a travel instead. He just got a little bit ahead of himself that time. And now Ripley will get perhaps the last look with 7.8 seconds. They'll roll it in. Lane picks it up as Deskins comes up to contest. Over to Isner. Oh, Isner might have had the better look right there. Now here's Lane with a deep 3 off the front of the rim. And that'll do it for the first half as Chapmanville leads Ripley 23-14. We'll be back after this break. Talk about some stats and analysis here from Chapmanville Middle School as you're watching middle school basketball action on the D&D Sports Network.
If you're looking for a friendly and fun atmosphere to enjoy your daily cuisine, come to Cheech's Pizza in Lenore, West Virginia. Cheech's Pizza has world-renowned cheese sticks, delicious pizza, and the best subs in the pizza and pasta game. Don't forget to take advantage of our milkshake shop located inside. Bring your family down to meet ours. We are the place that treats you like family from the second you pull in the parking lot. We look forward to seeing you here at Cheech's Pizza.
start of quarter number 3 here from Chapmanville Middle School. Chris Kidd, J.J. Pruitt, Coach David Jones here with you tonight. As Chapmanville leads at 23-14 as we start this third 6 minutes of action. Again, the varsity game set to take place approximately 20 minutes at the conclusion of this JV game. Is into the corner, 3 on the way. That one off for Harrison. Rebound put back up, no good. Another chance and another foul going to be called on Chapmanville as Smith is hacked. And again, Chapmanville has been plagued in foul trouble here tonight, and that is going to be the 4th on Stapleton. So again, they put Stapleton on the floor to start the third quarter. And he picks up a foul just 19 seconds into it as Smith off on the free throw. Ripley now 7 of 13 from the line. And Stapleton still contesting that he didn't commit a foul as he'll roll his eyes going over to the bench. Boy, that reminds me a lot of me whenever I played. Second free throw up and in. Yeah, again, I was really bad for my language, whether it was on a court or not most of the time, and I still remember my buddy league coach calling a timeout specifically to tell me to stop saying a certain word on the court or else he was going to pull me out the rest of the game, and I was only in 2nd grade at the time, so these guys compose themselves a lot better than I used to. This turnover committed by Chapmanville, gives it back to Ripley, and now travel right out of it, so a little sloppy on both ends here in the first 30 seconds of this third quarter. Browning set the inbound, gets it into the backcourt to Blankenship. Blankenship across the timeline, gets it over. As McNeely will bring it out to Blankenship. Blankenship now drives in on Harrison. Can't get the layup to fall. Rebound contested, loose underneath, and Ripley able to tear it out. It's a nice save by Peak on the far side. Gets it cross court. Harrison now going to work. Tries to store one inside. Tough pass to Casto and gets deflected away. Browning came away with it. Blankenship will bring it up now. Tried to shovel a pass over near side, but gets away, and another turnover forced on Chapmanville. So it's been kind of up and down on both ends here tonight. Neither side has really gotten the rhythm they'd like to in this game. Pika's pass deflected, but it's able to find Smith. Smith will give it off into the corner. Pico will launch a 3. That one won't fall. Again, both sides have struggled from the outside. Both teams with only one 3-pointer so far in this game. As that held ball will give it back over to Chapmanville. As J.C. Conley will check back into the game. Again, he's got 2 fouls. Simpkins is going out. That's 3 fouls. Stapleton already out now with those 4 fouls. And Deskins has 2 fouls as well for Chapmanville. Browning in a lot of trouble in the backcourt. Throws it off the leg of a Viking, but it ricochets inbounds, and Chapmanville may have gotten a timeout there. And they were given credit for a timeout, so heads up thinking by Isaiah Smith and company on the bench. Able to get that quick timeout as they'll pause for a 30-second break here. Try and talk things over. So we are here early in the third quarter. Again, varsity game coming up approximately 20 minutes at the conclusion of this game. And as we said, if you want to check out a little bit of the Chapmanville Logan girls game, that going on D&D Sports page as well right now. James Barker, Christina Gore. That game started approximately 6 o'clock. So again, you can toggle back and forth or keep us up on both screens on your computers here tonight. Try and keep track of all the action here on the D&D Sports Network. Browning will inbound. So get it back from Conley up ahead. Able to find McNeely. Thought about trying to split a few defenders. Still gets it off to Conley. Gets it on the right side before he kicks it back out. And Chapmanville looking for their first points of the third quarter. Only 1 point so far, but now a steal by Harrison out front. He'll drive all the way in, and he'll lay it in. He's now got his 3rd point of the game, lead down to 6. Again, it had been as large as 12 in this game for Chapmanville back in the first half. Blankenship drives in, splits a couple defenders. What a move by Blankenship, as he's got his 6th point now. That's the first points of the quarter for Chapmanville. 25-17, Tigers lead it. Looking inside for Castro. He'll take it right side, back out front. Now to Smith. He'll pull on a 3 with that one off the mark. Taken by Conley. Browning will slow things down a little bit in the back court. Gets it up ahead for Blankenship. So he'll step back with it. Trying to find some help. Able to get it over to McNeely. Back out front. Blankenship. He'll pull the trigger and he'll knock down a 3. And boy, that quickly, Chapmanville saw their lead shrink to 6, and that fast, it goes back up to 11. It's halfway through this 3rd quarter. Harrison gives it over left side. Trying to find someone. Shockey gets it out front, now over the far side for Harrison. Drives in, but runs into nothing but trees, and now ball loose. Castro able to save it. Gets it out to Pica for a long 2. His shot won't fall, and rebounded by J.C. Conley. Defensive stop there for Chapmanville, as Coach Smith wanting Chapmanville to run here. Now he wants Blankenship to slow up a little bit, but got a little too far ahead of himself. And then committed the foul afterwards in frustration. That'll be the 2nd team foul against Chapmanville here in this quarter. Chapmanville has managed their fouls a little bit better here in this 3rd quarter as opposed to the 1st and 2nd period. But now that one just slipped out of the hands of the Vikings as Browning goes diving down to tie it up, and that'll be a flip in the possession arrows. It'll stay here with Ripley. Now Stapleton with those 4 fouls going to check back in here with 2:15 left in the 3rd, so he's got to be extra careful. Make sure he doesn't foul out here. Right front, Smith takes it to his left. Now miscommunication. Harrison trying to catch up to it. Almost got bumped by Stapleton, but he slammed on his brakes. Shot well off the mark. Rebounded by Smith, though. He'll put it back up and in. Smith now with 5 points in the game. 28-19. So look up ahead. McNeely had it deflected, but able to get it back. Out to Conley. Stapleton able to chase it down. Chapmanville slowing things up a little here, trying to get their offense set. So dump it down low for Conley. Back over to Stapleton. Nice flyby on the fake. Can't get the jumper to go. Browning gets the rebound, though. Back over into the corner. McNeely's jumper. That one's short and taken by Isner. Bodies crash underneath on the other end. Now one from each side. Now getting back on offense and defense. Shockey will get it up front. Looks to the middle for Castro. He'll spin, drives in. Little banker won't fall. And rebound taken away. C.J. Conley able to clear it. So we hit 1 minute to play here in the 3rd quarter. So up top, Stapleton drives. Has it deflected, kicks it back out. J.C. Conley, long jumper. That one off the heel of the rim, and a foul on the rebound will go against C.J. Conley. Now they'll bring Blankenship and Simpkins back into the game as Conley and Neely will go to the bench for the final 45.3. Now Isner will bring it across midcourt. Gives it over for Harrison. He finds a little space, goes for the 3, and that one almost fell. Rebounded strongly by Conley. And Chapmanville's got the possession arrow as well here. Start the 4th quarter unless we have another tie-up before then. Good pocket pass over to Conley. Little jumper rolls out on him. It was rebounded by Lane on the far side with 15 seconds. Gives it up. Harrison gets a good look from the corner for 3. That rainbow won't fall as Conley grabs the rebound. Down to 7 seconds. Ball knocked loose, and last touch by Harrison out of bounds. And we just have bodies crashing everywhere here in this 3rd quarter. Both sides fighting profusely to try and get control of this game. Stapleton will take the inbounds, 3 seconds, has it. Heaves from near mid-court, just off the front of the rim. And that'll do it for the third quarter as Chapmanville takes a 9-point lead into the final frame. We'll be back after this as you're watching middle school basketball action right here on the D&D Sports Network.
Here at Logan Bank and Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the Southern Coalfields.
For any of your financial needs, we encourage you to stop by one of our 5 convenient locations or apply online today at lbnt.com.
Whether you choose to stop by or visit us online, our team is here to help you every step of the way.
Buying a new home, expanding your business? Choose Logan Bank and Trust. Let's bank together.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Start of quarter number 4 of this JV contest between Ripley and Chapmanville. Chris Kidd, J.J. Pruitt, along with Coach David Jones alongside you this evening. Sorry, I was just looking at the school update that I was getting. So apparently tomorrow a 2-hour delay so far in Logan County schools. So that's what we like to hear. Inside, J.C. Conley. Nice drive and finish as he brings it back to a double-digit lead for Chapmanville. Now hitting the deck hard right there was Pika, able to get back up. That pass deflected into the backcourt. So Lane able to go back and get it. Again, Ripley's had their trouble scoring here tonight, and they're going to have to find a lot of points in a hurry here in this final 6 minutes against this tough Chapmanville defense. As that one slipped out of the hands of Lane, and Stapleton comes up with it. He'll come into the front court, swings it over far side for Deskins, lobs it in. Conley back out to Deskins. Stapleton getting out there with those 4 fouls, gives it to Simpkins. And Chapmanville staying patient here with this 11-point lead. Tried to feed it in for Browning, had it deflected, but Stapleton able to go over to retrieve it. Now Simpkins finds Little Lane, kicks it out. His pass from Deskins got deflected. Lane tried to save it as he goes diving into the Chapmanville bench. Thankfully he's okay, but it'll stay with the Tigers. Casto will check out for Ripley. As Shockey checks in. Conley already trying to get position down low as he knows he's got a size advantage here if they can set him up. But instead it's going to be taken away by Pika. Here comes Harrison, gives it off the lane. He'll stop, pop a 3. That one too strong. Shockey grabs the rebound over to Pika. His shot over everything. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up by Deskins. As Deskins now has it ripped out of his hands. It's just a fray at mid-court. Here's Harrison, charges in, and he'll lay it up and in. So that was a lot of action there for Ripley to finally be able to dig it out for 2 as Browning inbound pass goes off the back of Harrison. Now he'll get it off of that for 3, and all of a sudden Ripley back to within 6 again. They're really amping up the pressure here at the start of the 4th quarter. Browning gives it over for Stapleton. 4 minutes remaining. Over to Browning or over to Conley and had it knocked away from him. And now here comes Ripley all of a sudden. Chance to close this to 4-3 on this trip. As foul on the floor going to be committed as they call a push on Chapmanville. As C.J. Conley will check back into the game. Simpkins will check out. Harrison will inbound for Smith. Cross-court pass. Stapleton got a hand on it, but it still gets over to Harrison. Back out front, Lane, little floater up. That one off the front of the rim. Strong rebound by Conley. Had it knocked away from behind, though, fighting to get rid of it. Finally able to get it over to Stapleton as Ripley just ripping away at the ball right now. Up-head Deskins to J.C. Conley, but he was too far underneath the basket. Tries to save it inbound. Shockey did a good job of getting out of the way, and now going to get a foul off of that entire fracas, and it's going to go against J.C. Conley. That's going to be his third foul now. As we approach the midway point of this fourth quarter, Chapmanville's lead has shrunk to 6 here in this JV contest as Harrison looks to cut it in half, but that three won't fall. Kicks it back out. Lane will give it a try now, and he'll bury a three. And it's an 8-2 run here in the fourth quarter for Ripley, and Isaiah Smith wants a full timeout with 2:56 to play. We'll be back after this as you're watching middle school basketball action on the D&D Sports Network.
At Logan Regional Medical Center, our comprehensive inpatient rehabilitation program helps get you back to living life. With an 8-bed unit for patients 18 and over, our caring team of doctors, nurses, and rehabilitation specialists work with you, providing a full line of services to help you restore your capabilities and get you back home and back to living. Logan Regional Medical Center, providing inpatient rehabilitation close to home.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child, walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 or reach us Monday through Friday.
.252 to go now here in the fourth quarter. Chris Kidd, David Jones, J.J. Pruitt here with you. As Chapmanville's 12-point lead has now dwindled to 3 here in this fourth quarter. It's been an 8-2 run so far this period for Ripley. It's out front, Deskins able to break the pressure. Now drives inside, floater won't fall, but rebounded underneath. A big putback for C.J. Conley, his 6th point of the game. So that gives it a 2-possession lead back to Chapmanville Middle. 2.5 to go. The pass tipped up front. Now Stapleton comes away with it. Deskins got his hands on it, and Stapleton will be hammered on the way to the basket, and that'll send him to the free throw line. Deskins, who had 9 points in the first half, and he shot the only free throw so far of the game for Chapmanville. Tigers 2 for 2 overall, but these are the first free throws for them back in the first quarter when Deskins made them. Actually, it's Stapleton at the free throw line as his first trip tonight. Can't find it. Stapleton's got 4 points. Both are all those coming in the first half for him. Stapleton does sink the second, though, and lead back up to 6. Chapmanville trying to stabilize things right here after the strong push by Ripley. Pass inside, gets away as Smith and Pika weren't on the same page. Now Chapmanville with 2:14 to play, has 6-point lead and the ball. Browning trying to find someone up against 5-second count, throws it up for grabs and intercepted. Smith inside, though, has it taken right back by Deskins. Big steal by Deskins, lobs it up ahead, though, and stolen back by Harrison. He'll take a 3 from the left side, nearly banked in. Rebound knocked to the ground, taken by Lane. Lane will drive back inside, dumps it off to Smith. Little turnaround won't fall as Conley rips the rebound away. Now here comes Chapmanville into the front court. Stapleton spinning and has it stolen by Smith. One-on-one with Browning, gets the whistle, but can't hit, but he'll go to the free throw line. Browning will pick up his second. Isner set to check back in here. Smith, 5 points in the contest. Able to sink the first. J.C. Conley will check back in here for McNeely. Chapmanville going a little bit bigger here. Not sure if there was an issue with wetness there on the floor. Again, it seemed like Ripley may have called for time initially. Yeah, I think they were checking for some water spots that they thought might have been out there. They didn't see anything that looked dangerous, so they were ready to go again. Smith with the second opportunity here, trying to cut this back down to a 4-point game. This one off and rebounded by Conley. Chapmanville with possession and a 5-point lead as they work it inside. J.C. Conley goes up, rattles out, fighting for the loose ball, able to get it back in play, but it's saved by Ripley. Here they come now. Lane, pull-up jumper, off the mark. J.C. Conley with the rebound. And a 20 and counting now here in the fourth as Stapleton looks up ahead. Feeds it inside, nice drive. C.J. Conley couldn't finish it though as it's knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Chapmanville. And at 12 to go, Chapmanville looking for the knockout punch here if they can get it. Browning will fire it in deep for Deskins. It's to J.C. Conley. He'll bring it back out here as we close in on a minute to go as Coach Isaiah Smith signaling for a timeout. And he'll get it now with a minute 1 to go. As he's already started on the timeout with his club before he said what he wants from the official. So that's the best way to do it. Make them go to the assistant coaches and talk it out as to what you want on the timeout. Yeah, Coach Smith was already into his team before they came over. And he wants things run crisply here in the final 61 seconds to try and preserve this win. Again, Chapmanville's been in the lead the vast majority of the night, but Ripley's been able to come back on several occasions and cut the lead down to 6, down to 4, down to 3, but they haven't been able to get any closer than that. And right now the lead stands at 5. As the largest Chapmanville lead has been 12 in this game. Again, we're not certain of the foul situation. I believe it's 2 team fouls on both sides here in the fourth quarter, so Ripley's going to have to commit a couple fouls before Chapmanville will even be in the penalty here, as there's one of them. Lane went digging for the steal, but they end up calling him for the foul, and that's the best thing to do right now if you're Ripley. Again, play aggressive defense, see if you can come up with a steal or not, and if you happen to foul in the process, so be it. It's Browning, and they struggle to get the ball in a lot tonight. They get it into Conley. He'll give it over for Deskins, goes off of him and taken away. Now here, this could be a break that Ripley needed. Up ahead to Harrison. He'll launch a 3 off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Stapleton. He tries to clear it out. Goes to the ground now. Loose underneath. Taken by Ripley. Harrison goes up and under. Can't hit. And there's a big rebound by C.J. Conley. Here comes Chapmanville back the other way, and a foul committed with 30.4 seconds left. And that was a huge opportunity for Ripley that goes by the wayside as Shockey commits the foul. And I believe the next one will put Chapmanville in the penalty. Browning again looking for anybody to inbound at 2, gets it to Stapleton, goes inside to Conley, and he'll be fouled on the way in as he was pushed from behind. to try and save that game-ending layup. Looks like Lane got shaken up on the play as he resituates his face guard. Now it'll be C.J. Conley at the line for the first time tonight. As they wanted to double check and see if the basket counted or not from Conley. Now Coach Smith, he's trying to lobby for it. And it seemed like it was on the floor. Although we have seen some continuation calls this year that have been a little iffy. So I wouldn't have been totally stunned if they'd have counted that basket. First free throw got halfway down and popped out on Conley. Conley's been so big on the interior tonight. Again, he's dug out so many key rebounds and made some great defensive plays for the Tigers, and he's had several key baskets here tonight. So he's one of the leaders in scoring with 6 points for Chapmanville this evening. Make it 7. That now builds it back to a 6-point lead with 20 seconds left. Harrison trying to get off a shot, gives it over to Pika in the left corner. That three rims off. Conley tips it out, and now over to C.J. Conley with 10 seconds left. Chapmanville running down the clock here as Shockey takes it away with 5 seconds. Pika puts up a shot and hits, but time's going to run out here on Ripley. There's only 1.2 seconds left, and that will do it as the Tigers hold off Ripley 34-30 here tonight in a well-played JV contest as Blankenship and Deskins each finishing with 9 tonight. Stapleton with 5, C.J. Conley with 7, J.C. Conley with 2, and Owen Simpkins with 2 to round out the scoring for Chapmanville. Harrison on the evening finished with 8 points, Casto with 1, Smith with 6 seconds, Pika with 4, Lane finished with 5, Lane with 4, and Isner with 2 to round out the scoring. It's time now for our Tug Valley Wellness Clinic player of the game, and I'm going to go with C.J. Conley tonight. Like I said, C.J. Conley finished with 7 points, but so big on the rebounding side for Chapmanville, both offensive and defensive, and had several key blocks inside. So C.J. Conley, our Tug Valley Wellness Clinic player of the game here this evening. Well, we're going to step aside again. We're going to close this. We're going to close this one out, then we're going to open up a new one that you can join us on here on YouTube coming up here shortly. So this game will start on the varsity side in less than 20 minutes. So we'll be back.